Hey everybody, back again. As I've been told, gotta check out this. Outwars One commented. It was weird because you know he had commented on another one of my videos, and it was weird because it literally just shows because he's like, yeah, go check out this video, and it's literally B and then a bunch of stars and then bub, and it's like, okay, I don't know what that says. I don't know if it was how he typed it in or if YouTube did that. I don't know, but it finally showed up in his next comment, and it was weird because he's got the link to a video in there, but it won't let me click on anything. It won't even show up in my feed. Like if I type that in, it doesn't show up. So here I am. I found the page, and what I'm going to do is in the next few videos that I do, I'm gonna just go through a couple of these guys and see what this is all about. I mean, I came here, subscribed to it, so I have it in my queue, and I'll take a look around. And it's like, as I'm already seeing, there's already these clickbait things popping up everywhere, and we've got scary comp, and latest from this guy, I'll go through a couple of these videos, check out what he's got. What I'm seeing so far is a few, like this guy here. I hate these clickbait images. I really do, but it gets people to click on their videos, and it's the popular thing to do, I guess. So let's get into this first one, the most recent one, 10 days ago. Let's see what it is. And it's weird because it's really scary comp. It's like there's a channel called Scary Comp, and this guy's videos are called Scary Comp. It's goofy.
On March 18th of 2024, a restaurant waiter begins to panic after noticing something very strange in the video he just took. The man in this video is known as Dustin Frazier, and while working the night shift all by himself, he decided to record a video for a friend using Snapchat. This is something that he often does, as messaging friends makes him feel less alone when he works by himself. Other employees completely understand, as they themselves don't like being alone at this diner. Like any other night,
again with this asshat,
Dustin records a video for a friend, but as he watches it before sending it over, he immediately starts to freak out. Take a look.
No, because I'm freaking out, guys. So I just Snapchatted my friend, right? And
it's funny, he calls it a Snapchat, but it's on his Instagram and his TikTok. So it's like, if he's posting them to every single place, then he's really doing it to make a channel for paranormal.
I walked through, and now that alarm's going off. So I was walking through here, and whenever you get right here, you can see something behind me. And I watched it, I did a playback before I sent it to him, right? And I don't have the insurance, right? But and I don't really know, it doesn't seem like I can.
As if Dustin wasn't already creeped out from working alone, he captures this. Either someone, or as many viewers believe, something was caught on camera. Although lacking sufficient lighting, the mysterious figure is just barely visible for us to see that it's right there. Looking closely, it appears.
See, and now you see it from an even worse image, and it's like the images progressively get worse.
To be watching Dustin as he unknowingly gets it on camera. However, this footage gets even more creepy when listening to the audio. For Dustin, further updates have been given. This next video was taken at a storage facility where a father owns a storage unit containing obscure vintage items. The facility is well known for being creepy.
Yeah, it's not just for obscure items. It's literally a rental unit. I mean, there's tons of stuff in this. It's not just for creepy stuff.
But it's the contents of this unit that's by far the creepiest. Among all things inside is a toy monkey that the father knows is worth a lot of money. Although initially not wanting to sell the doll, he now hopes that someone would buy it off his hands as soon as possible.
Yeah, I've seen this guy's stuff before. He specifically buys weird shit from eBay and then says that it's haunted. He's like, oh, look at this! I found this on eBay, and it's this, and oh, I'm gonna buy it. It looks haunted. If that's your prerogative.
Ever since having it, the stuff inside his unit would move on their own. Now, noise complaints would often be made by employees who accuse the man of living in his storage. But after setting up a camera to show that it's the stuff inside being thrown around, he captures this. Like something straight out of a horror movie, the toy doll moves on its own. The staff working at the storage facility were just as spooked as the man who owns this unit. He believes that this is the culprit behind the strange noises employees' doll moves on its own. Like something straight out of a horror movie.
Right there. Right here. Right here. You see the flicker of something before it moves, and then as it moves.
The toy doll moves on its own. The staff working at the storage facility were.
You see that? You see that little glisten? We have a string.
Just as spooked as the man who owns this unit. He believes that this is the culprit behind the strange noises employees heard. Moves on its own. The staff working at the storage facility were just as spooked as the man who owns.
Let's do way back, slow it down.
This unit.
Right there.
He believes that this
and then it flickers
is
right
the
here.
Culprit behind the strange noises.
Yeah. That wasn't too hard right there, now was it? It's it wasn't too hard. And as you can see,
Employees heard.
As you can see, this is a box unit. Well, it's called a box unit because it's not a facility made specifically as a storage unit. It is basically an open floor plan building, and then they put these storage boxes and build the boxes in there. So all of them have this open top setting where it just has either a plywood ceiling to keep people from going inside, or it has a closed cage ceiling. And if it's a cage ceiling, then you can run anything through the cage and do puppetry and whatnot. But we have a couple of these places here in town, and that's what they have, is like everything's closed off, but the ceiling is open, and then you have these light bars going from one end to the other, and they also have duct work. It's a air conditioned site, and they also have the fire suppression system. So if a fire breaks out in any unit, there's a sprinkler right above it, so it'll only affect that one unit.
While there has yet to be a prospective buyer for this doll, the man continues to document the monkey on the off chance that something else is caught on camera. But currently, nothing else has happened. As always, let me know your thoughts on this one. Now this next video was captured on a Ring camera that's placed inside a bedroom where a mother and her daughter sleep together. Like most parents, the mother had bought the camera to keep an eye on her child, who's often left alone in their own room. But according to a comment giving more details on this footage, the camera was bought for another reason. Recently, the mother's daughter has been saying some rather odd things, from mentioning a man who she occasionally sees in her closet, to saying things like, "I'm scared because he's there." The mother felt compelled to watch over her daughter more so than usual. But in the following footage, something happens that's forced her to keep her away from this room. One night, while sleeping in her daughter's bed to keep her company, this happens. Upon waking up,
It's a night terror. My nephew used to go through these all the time, especially at this age. He would do this exact same thing, and you could have him watching all kinds of kids shows all day long, and then he'll go to bed and he'll just have like a terrible nightmare, and we had him sleeping on the couch, and he had fallen asleep, and we were just kind of like putting puzzles together and doing like quiet card games, and he shot up, he looked around, we were like, "You okay? Are you okay?" And then he just started screaming, and he fell off the couch, and he got up, and he was yelling and screaming, and he's looking around, but he was not awake. He was not awake. We had to grab him up and hold him, and after a few seconds, he finally he woke up, and his mind was like, "Oh, what was going on? What?" So, and these are night terrors.
the mother immediately notices something on the ceiling. It isn't until seconds later, when her daughter lets out a piercing screech, that she realizes she isn't the only one seeing this. Overcome with fear, but not completely paralyzed by it, she quickly attends.
Yeah, she didn't see anything on the ceiling. I mean, she looked at the kid and then looked around like, what? What are you looking at? If she saw something on the ceiling, she would have been screaming, not just the kid.
To her daughter, but even she is trying her best to avoid this apparent horrifying sight by covering her own eyes. Clearly, whatever was above them must have been terrifying. Despite there being a lack of info on this footage, the recording alone does make for a creepy video. Whether or not she had seen the supposed man mentioned earlier remains a mystery, but ghost or not, viewers agree that something truly horrifying was seen that night.
Yeah, if she had seen somebody or something, she would have grabbed the kid up and ran, not just like cover up the kid and try to stop her from screaming. It's that fight or flight. She did not want to fight or flight, so nothing was seen.
In the following video, a small child is seen roaming around in their bedroom after waking from a nap.
Kids do this.
It's 7 p.m., and the child typically doesn't wake up around this time. Usually, according to the mother, they're dead asleep until the next morning, but for some reason, they have woken up. Although it may seem like this was just a normal occurrence, something happens later in this footage, reassuring the mother that this incident was definitely strange. Keep in mind that her child can only babble, making it impossible for him to recount his experience. This is what was caught.
That was just a kid stretching. The slide is because the kid is stretching like this as well. And the voice is him. He's got a binky in his mouth, or a nook as others call it, a pacifier. He's got it in his mouth, so he's talking out the side of his mouth. He's talking through it and past it. Kids wake up, kids babble, kids do all kinds of stuff. And it's like they may not know how to speak, but sometimes they will say a word. I mean, I've got multiple nieces and nephews. I mean, literally, I raised 6 nieces and nephews, and my eldest niece is, was she 19 now or something like that? 20? I don't even know. And man, she's been out of the house, gone for years now. But it's like, I've raised tons of kids. Every last one of them has done this. Hell, I've got 2 nephews that are in demolition derby driving their own cars. I've got freaking a niece right now that is literally doing all kinds of like shooting exercises and stuff like that. I'm a great uncle. I've got nieces and nephews with kids. I've seen it before.
It's only been 4 months since the family had settled into this house, and this happens. A voice, which definitely wasn't the child's, is heard on camera. Mind you that he can't speak yet, as his speech is only limited to babbling. Yet strangely, a voice is heard in this room.
It's the same. He's and then he goes and babbles. It's literally just him.
As the mother states, it almost sounds like a little girl speaking to his son. Freaked out, she shares this video in case anyone could explain it. This incident, coupled with the footage of her son's legs being seemingly pulled off the bed, has led viewers to believe that something supernatural had occurred. But like always, I'll let you be the judge. Is this evidence of a ghost caught on camera? Or is it something else entirely?
Normal kid behavior.
This next video was submitted by Monica Cruz, who states that something pretty creepy was caught at work. She and a couple of friends work as security guards at an undisclosed location that, according to her, has been...
I used to work in a similar environment, except for in order to get to the room that was kind of like this, you had to go through x-ray machines and metal detectors and get searched. And it's like, I worked for a very, very well-known security company, and I mean, you have to have a badge to get in, and then you have to have a badge and an ID to get to this area. You go through a lot.
Abandoned for quite some time. Her job is to patrol the premises in case anyone tries to break into the property, but after being notified of a person detected on site, she saw this.
No, when we check the cameras for somebody, Always looking for somebody. We don't pay attention to this.
To the police.
No.
Who's on call?
We need to check the one in the office.
Mira.
And this is the same one that's in our office after everybody leaves because I can
There
freaking hear it.
There it is.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god, I'm getting chills. I quit.
Damn.
And it moves fast.
Yeah, this one is pretty good. I mean, it pretty much just kind of appears, climbs, sort of, and then it goes.
Oh, it does.
I said hi. It went to the camera. You saw?
Mira. We didn't see all that.
Oh my god. We didn't get this far.
We didn't get this far because we were so impressed by the first one.
Wait.
Sí,
Oh, we didn't get this far?
No.
This far.
It keeps coming back.
She keeps setting the cameras up.
Mira. You can see the time. Mira, ahí va, otra vez. Hala. What the fuck?
This is crazy.
No sale la gente, güey.
Yeah, this one I would have to say that this one is more on the paranormal side because okay, it comes out. You'd think, oh, it's somebody's hiding behind this and there's a doorway or something. But from the scene that you can see, if everything is the same across this whole thing, there's a window here and a window here, and there's nothing underneath here. There's something draped across here. Looks like it's just like a tarp or some kind of cover of something. But it comes out and it's here small, and then as it gets up, it is then large. And there's no matrixing around it. There's no pixelation at all. Like, there's no pixelation. There's no differences. So, like, if it was edited or superimposed or even snipped in, like they'd make a blue screen of these bars and then overlay that image over another image. I mean, there's so much going on in this, so you can't really. I mean, unless you're paying like thousands of dollars to fake something like this, that's pretty damn good. Let's see. Yeah, you can see in the windows.
A large, shadowy mass is seen moving about in a very...
Yeah, see, right here. Right here's the perfect point. There is no pixelation difference from this mass to any other mass on here. Even this dark spot up here, it is the same pixelation. It's the same structure. There's no difference. We'll do let's do a slow-mo of this and see what we have. Let's see.
strange way. Monica and her coworkers mention that its movement is very fluid.
Yeah, I mean, there is nothing on this that tells me that it was edited in any way.
Fluid-like. It's because of this that they hesitated to check whatever this was. Something about it just didn't seem right. Feeling too afraid, they observed the figure through their CCTV cameras. Now, despite filming an old recording, Monica states that the video still gives her chills. She says that it's the only video she has in which something truly unexplainable was caught on camera. But as always,
I mean, unless you're in an area where there's like chimpanzees, the movement of it, like, it's down on the ground, it crawls, it flips, it rolls, it climbs up, it drops over. I mean, unless you have a chimpanzee wearing a ghost face outfit, you don't really have any way of faking this, because this is good. I mean, I got the goose pimples. That's a good one. I like this one. This one is top notch.
We know your thoughts on this one.
Yeah, even right there. You can even see the bar going through the mass. And it's not like there's any, when they cut and edit something and then it looks like it's going through something, but it has that sliced edge. There's no sliced edge here. That's great. Good job. Good job on this one.
If you caught something creepy on camera, or if there's any ghost videos you'd like me to check out and include in the next compilation, you can send them over to scaryvideos444@gmail.com. That being said, let's get back to the video. It's mid-afternoon when a small family gathers around the table for a quick meal. During this time, the child's parents decide to record a video capturing this moment on camera. But unbeknownst to them, this seemingly innocent moment would quickly turn creepy. Janice Bouchard, the child's mother who submitted this video, claims that the house in this footage is haunted. It belongs to her mother, and ever since Janice was a kid living here, strange things would happen. The most unsettling thing she's ever witnessed was a drawing etched on her bedroom wall. The drawing was already there when she first moved in. It was an image of what appeared to be a giant bat with a wide open human mouth, brimming with blood. The drawing was disturbing to say the least. But fast forward to this day, and something happens that reminds her of this image. Take a look.
C'est bon?
C'est bon? Ouais.
Doucement. Doucement. Hey, au-dessus de la table, au-dessus de la table.
Ici. Non. Oui, faut que tu le mettes là.
Hey! Au-dessus de la table. Comme ça.
Non. Non.
Hey! Au-dessus de la table, comme ça.
Ouais. C'est le même que tu as mangé. Tête de cochon. Non! Ok. Non. C'est drôle avec son petit nom, hein. Il est vraiment dans Bizarrebub 2, là, tu sais. Qu'est-ce que tu checkes là? C'est des fantômes, mon amour!
C'est pas une mouche, quoi.
Qu'est-ce qu'il y a? Qu'est-ce qu'il y a? Hein? Qu'est-ce qu'il y a? Quoi? Quoi? Parle! 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 Non! C'est comme, c'est moi à piste, si, je vais parler mais ça me tente. Je m'inquiète pas, tu vas parler en tabarouette. Ah maintenant, on va dire, Colin, te rappelles-tu quand tu parlais pas? Est-ce qu'on était bien, hein?
Replaying this moment, it's apparent that something had caught the child's attention. Whatever it might have been, it doesn't appear on camera. Yet it's for this reason the mother thinks that something very strange had occurred. Initially, she was unfazed by her son's behavior, but after watching this video,
this one, just like the last one, there's no coaching. You can see the kid's eye line. You can see that the dad's over there on that side of the table. The mom's over here, and the kid, he's locked onto something, and he's like, "What is this? What is this?" And he's follows it all the way across behind him to the other side of the room. Now, had he been coached or any way, he wouldn't really understand what to do. I mean, as you can hear, he's not vocal. He doesn't he doesn't listen. Put it on the table. No. He's not coached anyway. If they were like, oh yeah, here's a laser pointer and pointing the laser, he'd look at whoever's holding the laser pointer and like dot, and then he'd follow it and then look back at them, and you'd also see a light of some sort. I mean, there's no way that he'd be following something, and he's following something at about this eye level, and then he as it gets closer, his eyes kind of go up and around. So he was looking at something and he's doing this, and as it gets closer, he's looking up as it passes. So this one is another good one. This is more on the paranormal side.
And remembering the drawing she saw as a kid, she was left beyond spooked. She was left even more so after realizing that he was trying to describe what he was seeing by imitating it. It was the least that he could do, given his lack of speech. The hooing sounds immediately made her think of the wide open mouth on the drawing of the supposed supernatural entity. But whether her son had actually seen this or not remains unknown. Just who or what did her child see in this house?
Yeah, I mean, if the image is of a face going or anything like that, that's what the kid's gonna. What did you see? Oh, this is what I saw. Yeah, that's another good one.
Now, despite this next video being posted more than 5 years ago, it still holds up as being pretty spooky. The person who uploaded this is known as Max, and while taking a walk through a secluded section of the park, he finds an entryway to a hidden sewer tunnel. Both him and a friend decide to explore this tunnel out of sheer curiosity, but as you'll see, they would later come to regret this decision. Watch.
Dude. Oh man, I'm gonna cut it out. This is gonna be annoying. Hold on. Okay, so we got pretty far. Hold on. Yeah, we got pretty far. That's the exit out there. So here's the manhole cover. You can kind of see it. Here's like a ladder, but yeah, we're pretty far. We're in this tent. Did you hear that? You heard that, right? Yeah.
Upon reaching a dead end, a strange noise is heard out of nowhere. Listening closely, it kinda sounds like someone laughing in the distance. Both friends were so scared that they instinctively fled without fully comprehending what they had heard. It was only after watching this video that they realized what it was, a sinister laugh that echoed in the distance. No one else was around except them, which made this incident extra creepy. Although encountering this in 2017, they still have no clue where this mysterious laughter had come from.
Well, you look at the scene, the starting scene where they're at. They're near a park, near the river. There's a bridge nearby. They're in a tunnel, and they talk about going far enough into the tunnel to where there's a manhole cover. So, I mean, a manhole cover is in an area where it can be accessed. It's in a manhole cover would be in an area that can be accessed by large vehicles, such as city vehicles, city workers, tractors, because they have to be able to dig out those and pull them out if need be. So I'm guessing it was near a walking path of some sort, and there may have been somebody walking above on a path laughing, and it freaked them out. And then, they freak out and they run out, and all you hear is the sound of a wet vagina running through mud, just as they're running out. So, I mean, there are multiple possibilities here, and as they said, they crawled in and went until it was a dead end, but there's a manhole cover above them. I can't say that one's paranormal. I can't.
This last video comes from an online streamer from South America who, while doing a live stream, caught footage of something that's left viewers totally spooked. It was more than a few years ago when this happened, but even to this day, this clip remains baffling. Now, the clip itself comes from a live stream in which Ari, the online streamer, was getting groceries for the week. Live streaming out in public is something that she occasionally does before ending her streams at home. However, it was inside her house where this occurrence took place. Only a couple hours before ending her live stream, Ari chats with her audience while cutting up some fruit from her grocery haul. While chatting with the viewer, she's told that someone is right behind her. Thinking that perhaps they were trying to scare her, she shrugs it off. But as the stream continues, something happens that scares the living daylights out of her audience.
Dicen, la niña de atrás que no hay niñas atrás, dejen de querer asustarme. La niña de atrás que no hay niñas atrás.
Yeah. That looks like a mirror. So, if I don't, it looks like a mirror, but you've got the square room here, the square doorway. So, let's check this a little.
Dejen de querer asustarme.
Come on, zoom back out.
In the background,
There it is. Okay, you've got the archway. The lights up right above her. So if that's a mirror,
someone else is briefly seen.
yeah, if that's the archway, then the person would have to be in line with basically this section here to get that angle of view. It may be something behind the camera, but then again, it may be something paranormal.
This was strange considering that Ari lives alone, yet it appears that someone else had been there. According to viewers, this supposed person looks like a child. Looking closely, it appears as if a little girl had popped into view before quickly hiding away. Again, Ari had no idea as to who it was that they saw. She had thought they were trying to scare her, but after looking at this clip, it became clear that they weren't playing around with her. Someone or something was in fact right behind her. Not much else is known about this clip or what occurred afterward, but even if no context is given, the clip alone is enough to make viewers unsettled. So then, just who or even what? Not much else thought they
Okay, let's go back to the beginning of this.
were cutting up half America, who while doing a live stream,
There it is. That explains it.
this last video comes from an online streamer from South America, who while doing a live stream,
She's got pigtails. She's got Annabelle pigtails. She's got the same hair color, same face shape, and everything.
caught footage of something that's left viewers totally spooked.
There
It was
is.
more than a couple hours before that perhaps they were trying to scare her. She shrugs it off. But as the stream
And before we jump too much here, I am going to turn me off right there and continue this on. And we're going to watch.
continues, something happens that scares the living daylights out of her audience.
Dicen, la niña de atrás que no hay niña.
Right there. Boom. Figured it out. Okay. You're going to watch this bucket right here. Watch the bucket. Don't pay attention to the words. Watch the bucket.
Scares the living daylights out of her audience.
Dicen, la niña de atrás que no hay.
Right there. See, as this shape steps in, the light is blocked here slightly, which means they are blocking the reflectiveness of this white wall. Her friend stepped in momentarily and then stepped out.
Hay niñas atrás, dejen de querer asustarme. La niña de atrás que no hay niñas atrás, dejen de querer asustarme.
In the background, someone else is briefly seen. This was strange considering that Ari lives alone, yet it appears that someone else had
Yeah, that's the same hairstyle and everything.
been there. According to viewers, this supposed person looks like a child. Looking closely, it appears as if
Yeah, if you actually look at the height of it, okay, you're at table level, looking up, and you can see the figure is right, at the top of that the archway, right where the arch begins. So right where the arch begins is right here. So the top of the head of that is right there. So yeah, that's right around, I'd say 5'5" maybe, right around here, eye level. Yeah. So that's right in line with her height and her friend's height.
Dicen la niña de atrás que no hay niñas
See, and you even see the shadow on this wall. You can see it get darker right here on this wall.
atrás. Dejé de querer asustarme.
And you can see a slight shadow at the bottom of this.
La niña de atrás que no hay niñas atrás. Dejé de querer asustarme.
Yeah, you can see it's reaching, like you see the motion of an arm reaching, and she's cutting up fruit and putting it in a bowl, and she's doing stuff on the table. She's probably got her friend there, and she's gonna close out this and I'm home alone, yeah, and then end the stream and continue on hanging out with her friend. But her friend was like, I'm gonna grab something real quick. And that's clearly a mirror. So it's not something that is behind her. It is something that's in front of her.
in the background, someone else is briefly seen. This was strange considering that Ari
Especially because you can actually see Ari's head in this mirror behind her.
lives alone.
See, right?
Yet, it appears that someone else had been there.
Right there. There's Ari's head. That's her. That's the reflection of her head in this mirror. That's Ari right there.
According to viewers, this supposed person looks like a child. Looking closely, it appears as if a little girl had popped into view, weren't playing around with her. Someone or something was in fact right behind her. Not much else is known about this clip or what occurred afterward, but even if no context is given, the clip alone is enough to make viewers unsettled. So then, just who or even what was caught on camera? Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.
Yeah, I mean, two really good ones. Two really good ones. But the rest have explanations. And this is what I'm talking about when I tell people that, you know, having ADHD and being on the spectrum, I'm not looking at, oh, I'm watching this video, so I'm watching her. When I'm watching a video, I am seeing everything on the screen all at once. In any flicker of motion and movement, my brain picks it up. My brain picks up that her head was visible behind her in the mirror. So I pick up on these things. It's annoying as hell, but it's also helpful during reviews like this because I'm not seeing it as just one focal point. I'm seeing it as 100 focal points all at once. So, I mean, it's a pain in the ass, but it works for the most part. But it was good. It was a good video. We'll do the next one maybe tomorrow. I don't know. I've got a whole bunch of stuff going on. I've got I've got stuff to do. I built a new rack and stand and stuff so that I can do some welding. So I've got a whole bunch of stuff to do with that, because I am rebuilding a trailer and making it so it doesn't have little short stubby sides, but an actual like 3.5 foot tall side. So I can actually stack stuff on my trailer. But I'll talk to you guys later. Keep sending me pages to check out. Send me to channels. Link some shit to me.